Hey designers, today we are going to create a small animation in After Effects. Let's get started. I have taken a 1080 by 1080 composition. First of all, let's make a new solid. Choose the color that you want to have as a background and press OK. Take the text tool and write the text design here. Select the font of your choice and make this text bigger. For the next text, press Ctrl D on this layer to duplicate it. With the help of the selection tool, move this duplicated text downwards and change it from Design to Magic. Now, duplicate this text by pressing Ctrl D on the keyboard. Move it downwards with the help of the selection tool and change it from Magic to Begin. Adjust the position, size, and alignment of all these texts. Make sure the size of them is equal. Align them and distribute them vertically. Adjust manually if necessary. Now we will lock all these layers because we will work on them later. Take the ellipse tool and draw a circle. Align this circle vertically and horizontally. Make sure no layer is selected, then take the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle on top of the circle. Next, go to Effects and Presets, search for Wave Warp, and apply it to the rectangle. Increase the width. Then, search for Turbulence Displace in Effects and Presets and apply it to the rectangle. Adjust the amount, value, size, and complexity to what looks good. You can also copy the settings from here. Once done, press P for position and move the rectangle downward. The circle behind this rectangle is not visible, so for now, give the rectangle a black stroke and remove the fill. We will change it later. Move this rectangle below the circle. Click on the stopwatch next to position. Move a few frames forward and move the rectangle upward a bit. Move a few frames forward and add a blank keyframe. Move a few frames forward and move the rectangle up a bit more. Repeat this process. Move a few frames forward, add a blank keyframe. Move a few frames forward, move the rectangle up a bit. Add another blank keyframe, and continue until the rectangle is all the way on top of the circle. Now, change the color of the rectangle to whatever you like and remove the stroke. Apply a track matte to this. Select the circle, go to the track matte option, and change it from no matte to the rectangle layer. For me, this rectangle layer is named Shape Layer 2. Play the animation. Select both the circle and its rectangle layer and pre-compose them by pressing Ctrl-Shift-C, name this pre-composed layer Wave 1. Preview the animation. Duplicate this Wave 1 pre-composed layer from the project panel. Move the duplicated layer onto the timeline. Offset the position of this pre-composed layer by a few frames. Double-click on the duplicated Wave 1 layer to open it. Change the color from dark blue to a lighter shade. Preview the animation. Offset it a few frames backward. Preview the animation again. Offset it a bit more. Preview the animation once more. Now, take the text tool and write the text loading. Decrease the size of the loading text and align it vertically and horizontally in the composition. Offset the loading text layer to where the wave comes in the middle so that the loading text is visible. Next, go to Effects and Presets and search for Typewriter. Apply it to the loading text layer. Adjust the keyframes to make the text move faster. Preview the animation. Now, at the point where the loading animation is done and the waves have gone, and we have a full circle, place the bar indicator there. We will apply a flicker effect on the text below. First, select the design text layer and unlock it. Go to its properties, select Animate, choose Opacity. Set the opacity to 0. Go to Range Selector 1. Click on the stopwatch next to Start. Set it to 100%. Move back to the first frame and set the start value to 0. Go to Advanced Options. Turn on Randomize Order. Click on the stopwatch next to Random Seed. Move to the next frame and set the value. I will use 32. The opacity of this text layer during the flicker should be lower. Move the bar indicator to the last frame of the design random speed animation. Click on the stopwatch next to opacity under Transform. Move a few frames forward, 3, 4, or 5 frames, then add a blank keyframe. Move back to the first frame of opacity and set it to a lower value. I will use 14%. Preview the animation. Close the design properties, unlock Magic. Go to its properties. Select Animate. Choose Opacity. Set the opacity to 0. Go to Range Selector 1. Click on the stopwatch next to Start. Move to the second frame. Make it 100. Go to Advanced Options, turn on Randomize Order. Click on the stopwatch next to Random Seed. Move to the next frame and set the value. I will use 30. Click on the stopwatch next to Opacity under Transform. I will use 14%. Do the same with the Begin text, unlock it, go to its properties, select Animate, choose Opacity. Set the opacity to 0. Go to Range Selector 1, make the start value 100, click on the stopwatch next to Start. Move back to the first frame. Make it 0. In the Advanced Options, turn on Randomize Order. Click on the stopwatch next to Random Seed. Move to the next frame and set the value. I will use 34. The opacity of this text layer during the flicker should be lower. Move the bar indicator to the last frame of the Begin Random Seed animation. Click on the stopwatch next to Opacity under Transform. I will use 14%. Move few frames forward and make it 100. Now preview the animation, and your animation is complete. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, and subscribe to Ace Designs.